Some automakers are predicting the end of the traditional car and planning future lineups comprised entirely of trucks and SUVs. It's true, people are buying fewer and fewer cars in favor of SUVs, but perhaps that's because some automakers just stopped making good cars. They might avoid this self-fulfilling prophecy if they do what Kia does and just make better cars. The Forte was Kia's best-selling vehicle last year, better than the Sportage and Sorento SUVs, and it could be again in 2023. As for the Corolla, it has not endured for 12 generations and 56 years as a result of rash decisions. Toyota is methodical and calculated in making small advances while maintaining the familiarity and consistency that keeps consumers coming back. The facelifted 2023 Corolla follows that strategy to the latter. Freshened exterior styling and a modernized tech suite move the Corolla forward, while the hybrid model comes with a more accessible starting price, improved fuel economy, and available all-wheel drive. Which raises the question, which one to get? Well, let's find out. The 2023 Kia Forte has a sleek and modern exterior design that gives it a sporty and aggressive appearance. The front of the car features the Tiger Nose grille, which is a signature design element of Kia vehicles and is flanked by new stylish headlights that wrap around the corners of the car. The hood is sculpted and has a sharp character line that runs the length of the car, giving it a bold and dynamic look. The side profile has a low slung stance with a sloping roofline and a sculpted rear end that features sleek taillights and a sporty rear spoiler. The GT trim is the best looking, with its aggressive front bumper with larger air intakes and a sporty red accent line. It also features 18-inch alloy wheels, a black gloss sport grille, and dual-chrome exhaust tips. Not to be outdone, every Corolla sedan is decidedly handsome. It arguably looks best in its sportier SE and XSE trims, both of which include trim-specific LED accent lighting, smoked taillights, chrome exhaust tips, 18-inch wheels, and a more aggressive front fascia. The latter piece may be a bit overdone, as the lower grille seems too large. The side profile is just like the Forte, sleek and aerodynamic without any sharp lines or creases, with similar overall proportions that give the vehicle a sporty and youthful appearance. The back features sleek and angular tail lamps that complement the sporty and bold design of the front fascia, which gives the vehicle a sense of presence and stability. When it comes to the exterior design, it might come down to personal preference, but if I had to choose, the new 2023 Forte is my favorite here. Jumping inside, the interior of the 2023 Kia Forte is modern and refined, with a spacious and comfortable cabin that is loaded with features. The design is clean and uncluttered, with high-quality materials and soft-touch surfaces throughout the cabin. The minimalist dashboard design enhances the feeling of front seat space. Material quality is top-notch, which wouldn't look out of place in an Audi showroom. Soft-touch materials line the front door panels and armrests, while leather-grained black plastics adorn the dashboard. With help from simulated stitching across the top of the dashpad, the faux leather looks near enough to the real deal. Physical climate control buttons feel high quality, and the smartphone holder in front of the shifter acts as a wireless charger. The standard touchscreen is an 8-inch display on the LX and LXS, but a generous 10.25-inch unit is standard on GT line and above. Wireless smartphone mirroring is standard. Both systems are smooth and intuitive enough to use. The interior in the new Corolla is not bad for the price. The higher trim levels especially have quality materials and adornments like genuine stitching on the leatherette throughout the cabin. The dash design is either basic or minimalist, depending on how generous you are feeling. It does lend the interior a sense of airiness though. Are the plastics all pleasantly soft to the touch? Some are, but the rest don't feel too bad even given the modest starting price tag. You will find higher quality in the base model of the Kia with a more cockpit-like design, while the Corolla is sportier thanks to its sharp aircon vents. Toyota continues to improve the infotainment experience, long a weak point in its vehicles. An 8-inch display is now standard across the board, removing the smallish 7-inch setup, improving resolution in the process, and adding standard wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, though the display in the Kia is the superior system. When it comes to comfort and interior space, the overall level of comfort in the Forte is remarkable. For one, the seats are a joy to spend hours driving in, great for longer trips and long commutes. With the driver's seat positioned for a commanding view of the road, passenger space is also great for a small car, with all 4 seats providing generous room for adults. Kia was able to grow the Forte in nearly every interior dimension, with the rear legroom being the biggest beneficiary. As for cargo space, while you will get more going with an SUV, the Forte's 15.3 cubic feet of trunk space is huge and more than you get in most larger cars. How comfortable you find the Corolla depends on your body type. Those on the shorter side of the spectrum will surely find a pleasant driving position. However, taller and lesser slender drivers may find the seating position rather disagreeable. The more heavily bolstered seats in the SE and XSE trims are noticeably worse than the more comfort-oriented ones found in the LE and XLE models. Compared to the Forte, headroom is slightly better in the Kia both front and rear, while rear legroom is better by almost an inch. The Corolla sedan's trunk is also smaller, with 13.1 cubic feet, which is less than the Forte. Meanwhile, the back seats don't fold flat with a cargo floor. Overall, the Kia Forte gets this one, with its superior interior design, material quality, and spacious cabin. When it comes to pricing, the 2023 Forte starts at a reasonable $19,700 for the base LX model. The LXS costs $20,200, and the GT line goes for $21,900. If you want the true sporty version, then the GT trim goes for $24,400. The Corolla, on the other hand, is more expensive. Toyota is driving down the Corolla Hybrid's base price by $1,250 while slightly increasing destination charges. The 2023 Corolla LE Hybrid will retail for $24,000, including destination, rather than $25,000. All-wheel drive demands a $1,400 premium and is only available on the LE and SE. When it comes to performance and handling, the new Forte may share some design cues with the Stinger, but it wasn't blessed with the same driving dynamics. This car is mainly designed for comfort, not performance, and so its suspension is tuned more for a comfortable ride than confident handling. Power comes from a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. It's more than adequate and never feels overwhelmed, but neither is it overly energetic with a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 8.1 seconds. The new CVT automatic transmission developed in-house is one of the best of its kind. Under heavy throttle, it mostly avoids annoying engine drone by stepping through a set of simulated gears to mimic a conventional automatic, but the shifts are often soft and relaxed. Again, for as much as its styling and interior are modeled after the athletic Stinger, the Forte's driving dynamics aren't in the same league. Its steering is light, but the car doesn't inspire the same amount of cornering confidence as the Stinger, or more to the point, a Mazda 3. Body motions are well controlled and the Forte felt composed on the highway, but when pitched into a corner, you quickly find the limits it can handle. The Corolla's gas-electric hybrid powertrain already made good sense as a fuel sipper, but aside from the GR model, it's now also the only way to get all-wheel drive without stepping up to a Prius or a crossover. Toyota offers two confusingly named hybrid all-wheel drive systems, all-wheel drive E, available in the Prius, and electronic on-demand all-wheel drive in the Corolla Hybrid. Just like in the Prius, the Corolla uses a separate rear-mounted electric motor that works in a wide range of conditions and isn't quite as geared towards economy because of it. Unfortunately, in dry conditions, you may never really feel the Corolla Hybrid's extra motor come into play. Still, the gas-electric setup remains refined, with perfect interplay between the 1.8-liter gas engine and the two electric motors. Output is up across the board, with 134 horsepower and 158 pound-feet of torque improving over last year's figures. But even with a mere 2,800 pounds to move, the Corolla Hybrid is not a speedy thing. The electric drive motor provides reassuring torque in light, constant throttle situations, such as when climbing hills, but abuse the predictable accelerator pedal and you quickly run out of steam. With Toyota's TNGA platform, even the lowly LE has multi-link rear suspension setup. The upgrade from the last model's torsion beam rear end pays off with a smoother, more mature ride in the city and on the highway. So, which one should you get? Well, while the Corolla does present a solid case for what can be a satisfying car to own, we have to give it to the Kia. Underneath the exterior changes, interior upgrades, and technology, the Forte provides more bang for the buck compared to the Toyota. However, if fuel economy is what matters most to you, then the Corolla is the one to get.